Welcome back, everybody, to a very special episode of the Disc Golf Pro Tour. I am here joined by world champion Gregg Barsby. Thank you so much for being here.
For sure, thank you.
It really is an honor. So Gregg just came off of a really great win at the 2022 Minnesota Majestic, and Cale Laviska himself said it was one of the best putting displays in disc golf history. So that's what we're here to talk about. We're here to learn some putting from the eyes of a world champion. Let's get into it. Buddy.
Okay, that sounds good. Yeah, we're out here at Alley Magnet Park, and we've got a bunch of players. So we'll let them play through and then we'll get into it.
Sounds good. All right.
So here we are at probably the most important place at any course, the putting green. Some of the stuff I'm going to talk to you about today might just not be relevant to you. So if it's not, just take it all with a grain of salt. Maybe try some of these techniques out and see if they work for you. This is what's been working for me this year, 2022. I've been trying to build in a little bit more power behind my putt. A lot of people have known me through the years for being a straddle putter, and with the straddle comes a lot of loft. In my case, being that I built my putt on Jeff Lissman and Barry Schultz in the beginning, so I kind of had both of their techniques that I just fooled with one way or the other, and then kind of built my own thing out of that. I first started picking up that straddle in 2006 is when I tried to start doing it, and I lost the Players Cup by 4 to Avery Jenkins, and then I missed 6 straddle putts, and then I went on a mission to be the best straddle putter in the world. So that was kind of where it all started. This year, because the Worlds is in Emporia, I know that I'm going to need a little bit more power out of my putt. So let's talk about getting some power out of your shorter putts, but keeping the control, because the most important thing is to make a good stroke on the basket. I don't spin putt anymore. It's gotten me in too much trouble through the years, so I've kind of reverted back to what I would consider a pendulum putt with just a little bit of wrist. You can grab the putter any way you want. Some people like it nice and tight. Mine's usually open with a fan grip, and then a little pinch here. Learned that from Steve Rico. When we were using putt the magnet, he would pinch there. For some of you spin putter guys, or maybe you push putters, if you're struggling with your push putt and you're getting a little too wobbly, maybe try pinching with your index finger. That might help a lot. And that you can really dictate the angle in your hand just with those 2 fingers. Hyzer flat, turnover, nose up, nose down. So just food for thought. And just throw some stuff at you. So the idea for me is pretty simple. I just want to be able to draw the straight line up and down the basket, up and down the pole. And then I just kind of, as I warm up, I just find where my release point is. So this is usually how I'll do a warm up, and I'll start right around 20 feet, and then I'll move back to about the edge of the circle. Notice how back here, as I start to get to the 25 foot, 27 foot range, I'm gonna start getting a little bit more of my back foot involved, because it's too hard to just swing the arm, right? I really wanna get a lot of that pop out of the back leg. You see great players use this technique. Macbeth is a prime example of loading up a lot of his power here, and then up it goes. And all that energy is transferred from his feet up through his putter. So this is usually about where I start to incorporate that back leg a little more. And notice I'm kind of moving back a couple feet each time. What this is gonna do is help me keep my stroke true and the same. The idea is I wanna have the stroke feel the same every time. If I can get the consistency out of that, then it really, the stroke doesn't change at all. My putting stroke isn't changing. All I'm doing is just loading up a little bit more power as I move back, and I might take my aiming point in the basket a little bit higher as I go back as well. So that's how I'll start my putting routine. And then sometimes I'll do the variation, right, where I'll have 2 putters at the same distance. And this is just a way for me to kind of streamline practicing my straddle putts and my traditional putt. Notice how the stroke kind of stays the same. That's the idea whenever I'm putting straddle or this traditional stance. I want to keep that arm stroke the same, no matter where my position is. No matter where my position is, if I'm half open, half straddle, or full straddle, or fully traditional, I still like to keep that same up and down motion. There you go. And we're moving back. So that's really, this is really all I'll do. And this is, if I can do this an hour a day, I'll definitely be a better putter because I'm just practicing it from here. I'll bet you I'm 42 feet from here, maybe 41 feet, just outside 40. You know, from here now I want to get some of that weight back in there. Kind of rock. I like to rock back on my foot here. Some guys like to keep it on the ground and do that. I feel like I get a little bit more oomph when I push it, when I keep this up and then get onto my toe. So now that we've talked about some of the shorter stuff, let's move out to in the middle of circle 2, kind of out towards 50, 55, and I'll walk you through a little bit what I'm thinking there. With these longer putts, typically I'm going to go back and revert to the straddle, and that's for a couple reasons. Personally, I broke my ankle when I was 15 years old, and I kind of started doing the straddle because it put less strain on that and less pushing off, just because the ankle sustained a pretty bad hit. So this is a little easier for me to balance. I also think that the straddle putt from this distance is less danger. There's less danger involved with this putt than maybe a traditional spin putt or something. It's not going to fly as far. I think a lot of people know me, if you've kept up with my career or seen me play golf, a lot of people know me because of these incredibly high, lofty putts. I don't necessarily see them as incredibly high and lofty, but then I guess they are. And I don't know. That's just the way I do it. That's the kind of the way I built it in. Like I said, I built it off of Jeff and Barry. And if you watch both of those guys, they both have their pace. Their pace control is really important, like a golf stroke, where I'm not just aiming at a target and throwing it blatantly, right? I'm thinking about how hard I need to put the putter in the air, kind of almost like a weight. I think Climo said that once, and it really stuck with me, right? I just kind of try to use the weight and pop it up and then let it fall where it should. You know, if you know your putter. Another great example, if you guys want to check out a guy named Matt Bell. He's a great putter. Also has some of that similar style where he's really dropping them in from far. So this is an effective way to be able to run shots from this distance. If you're maybe someone that is struggling to get good looks at the basket from this distance and you'd like to be able to have a couple more opportunities per round, this is a technique that you might be able to work in. So let's have a look. We'll go to about 50 feet and then I bet you this one's out closer to 60. So there's one thing I've been really working on, and that's, okay, how high do I need this putter? How high does it have to be to get over? And there's a million different ways to putt. You could be, you look at Kevin Jones, he's way down here, right? He's digging in, he's got his back probably pretty straight, and he's firing up from nice and low. I've noticed what works for me is I'll start it out low. I'll kind of like what I call bear down on the putt. I'll kind of bear down, get into the stance, and then just get my swing ready here. And then what I'll do is I'll just kind of take my lower back and then just rise until I feel like, okay, I've found my spot. That's where I want to release it. That's where I want it to go. And sometimes what I have to do is make sure that I'm balanced and try to be consciously aware of my body as I'm coming into this putting stroke. If I feel myself too far on my toes, I might get a little ahead. The timing might just be a little off. So I just try to get as comfortable as possible and as balanced as possible, and then bear down. See it? You see how it just kind of drags right up into there? That's where I like it, right in there. got away with that one.
Wow.
Now we're out into that 60 foot, and of course, right, the disc is gonna react a lot from this distance. So reading a little bit of a tailwind, maybe a little cross. Oh, it switched on me. That one had a chance, a little bit higher. But again, the idea is to get a consistent look from out here. You know, a lot of players, I notice, they don't get as consistent looks from out at this range. Another really easy drill that I'll do is just popping it up in the air and trying to get the nose as flat as I can. See how that one wobbled less? That was a better pop. And what that'll do is get you using the bottom of your fingers and popping the disc up in the air. That's how I was gonna make them all, huh?
I thought so. I was like, this is the Steph Curry of disc golf. What is happening right now?
He straight looked at me and was like,
the wind got under that one. So this is about the distance, maybe a little further, maybe right to here, about 70 to 75 feet, that I really feel like this putt for me is maxed out. Now this is just this technique, and then I kind of go into more of my spin kind of toss. I wouldn't necessarily call it a frisbee toss, but just what I would consider a chip shot. A lot of times with this approach shot, I just want to make sure that I keep the nose of the disc up. That way it kind of keeps it floating. And usually I'll do a little bit of turnover on it because I could just have a little bit more control. Throwing a hyzer, it'll either push too far or hyzer. Whereas this, I can kind of guide it and push it down the way, if you will.
You can't help but giggle. It's insane.
You see what I mean?
I think you're too close.
I mean, look, so that's about, yeah. I mean, this is what, 80, 85, 80 feet probably.
Yeah.
And just focusing on the speed, right? Hitting it. And it just nice and easy. I'm like, I don't know. You throw it, you take the disc, you throw it in the basket, right? That's what you do. Another big one with this shot is just staying relaxed, not being tense, right? Like being easy with it, letting myself stand tall here. I'm never bummed out with that miss. That's fine.
Oh.
Here, I'll drag these back just a little.
At least you gave that disc a shot.
Totally, right?
You could've carried
Inch high. Okay.
The number one place to miss is a little high.
Yeah. Hey, look,
Dude,
that's it though, right? I mean, that's it.
it's fun to watch.
I'm just setting up the shot, right? Trying to just come around it a little bit out here, making sure that my release points outside here and not getting too tight in and letting this shoulder open up. I want to keep my shoulder closed. Not a bad miss. I'll take that. Oh, they go in, right?
Yeah.
They go in.
2 out of 4 from that range. You're like,
1 out of 4 on that range.
yeah. I mean, anything on the metal there, you're like, sweet, good
Well,
run.
look at your lead. You literally have 5 feet.
5
Hit that. Hit that.
You know, in closing, I think the most important thing to focus on with the putt is your release point, and really trying to identify exactly where and how you're releasing and how it feels. That'll probably give you a leg up on the competition as you move forward, especially because that's ubiquitous all the way around from the top pros to your local events. The proof is in the putting. So hopefully some of these tips work for you and put them into action. You know, give them a chance, especially that toss. If you can work that toss into your game, I can guarantee you're gonna drop some strokes. You're gonna have more confidence on all your approaches, keeping your disc close to the basket. So good luck.
All right, everybody, well, that's it for the video. You heard it from the man himself, Gregg Barsby. Those are his putting tips, upshot tips. I hope you learned something. We are doing a giveaway from this video, so all you gotta do is put down in the comments any comment with the word Barsby in it and you'll be entered. Please be subscribed to the channel. So far, the channel has been doing extremely well, and it's all because of all of you. So thank you so much once again. So we have a Casey Jean signed mini. Casey is Gregg's girlfriend. She signed that. This is UV and also glow, so that's pretty cool. We have a small can topper that is also doubles as a mini. Let's see, what do we have? We got this really cool pin that has Gregg Barsby's logo on it, also his face there. Very cool. Casey also made this. She's got her thing going on. This is a Calm Bomb with CBD by Casey Jean. This is really great for disc golfers because it's great for scratches, poison ivy, bug bites, things like that. You can just rub that on. Super cool. I'm gonna grab one of these myself. We've got a large t-shirt here. This is Gregg's, let's see. Yep, it's a large. So this is one of Gregg's t-shirts. That's gonna be in there as well. And then finally, a Barsby Empire hat. So go ahead and put down in the comment anything with Barsby in it. We really appreciate you. Thanks again for joining the Disc Golf Bro Tour. We'll see you next time. See you out on tour, buddy.
See ya.
See ya.
Have a good one.
Thank you.
Dead center.
We believe.
That's it. I mean, look, that's it.